So I want you to come with me today. I want to introduce you to someone who's fallen on hard times. He spends all day, every day, at traffic lights at an intersection on the beachfront here in Nelson Mandela Bay, asking for assistance and help from passing motorists. His name is Jonty. He's homeless, jobless, but he's got a story to tell. Come have a listen. Jonty, I really appreciate you being kind enough to tell us your story and explain to us what life is like for you. You can maybe tell us what's led you here, what your hopes and dreams are. Let's start with you. Where were you born? What is your age at the moment? And what brought you here?
Born, at Joburg, 36 years old. Been PE my whole life, grew up here, went to school here. So want to get some work, trying to get work, but things aren't always going as easy as it seems. But I keep trying. Don't give up.
You were born in Joburg. You're 36 years old at the moment.
Yeah.
What brought you to Port Elizabeth and how did you end up on the street?
My parents started Dulcie back in 1995 and then they sold that and then my mom went back into teaching. And then my dad had his own business that he was running for someone in Joburg, one of his friends. Pink Aerolite and Tip Tire Repairs Solutions. And then they sold their house and they moved and they had nowhere else to go.
In terms of work for you, have you looked for work? What's the reaction been like? What are the challenges that you're running into?
It's all going with the BE, black empowerment things first. So for a white person to get work, it's very, very hard.
Your qualifications? Did you do matric?
Qualifications.
At the moment, I've now found you at the traffic lights here at Humrail. Do you sleep close by? Where do you spend your nights?
I sleep close by, either behind Fernez or in front of the Humrail police station.
Dangerous?
No, not really. Not there. But other areas, yeah. Been 2 murders, in the last 2 weeks.
Jonty, now you were saying to me that you aren't scared, you don't feel unsafe sleeping the way you do, sleeping rough. But looking at that finger, that's quite an injury. Tell us what happened.
I was walking back to behind the fire station the other night, 2 weeks ago, and 3 guys jumped me with a knife and they tried to stab me in the face and I put my hand up and they went right through the finger to the bone, through the nerve. I've got no movement. That's as far as it will move.
Now, what do you do in your situation when you need medical help? You just go to provincial and wait?
You go to Livingston Hospital and wait. It's a pathetic health system we've got.
Winter's coming up. How does that affect you? Do you have enough warm clothes? Do you have enough blankets?
Warm clothes is hard to come by, but just make do with what we got. Mostly just boxes, bubble wrap, blankets, if you can get them.
What about shelters for homeless shelters and so on? Have you ever tried them?
The shelters are always asking for money for that, and then your stuff still gets stolen anyway when you're there. So I don't even bother with them anymore.
And in terms of friends and a support circle, are there other folk who are living like you that you're friends with, that you hook up with?
I've got a couple of friends and that, but I don't hang around with them or walk around too much with them. Prefer to be on my own.
How long has this been going on in your life now like this?
Since the beginning of COVID.
Since the beginning of COVID?
Yeah.
Do you have any hopes and dreams of getting out of this?
Work and get back into just normal society.
What steps are you taking towards doing that?
How do you? He's out to a couple of places, but I've heard nothing yet back from them. So I'll just keep trying.
Do you have brothers, sisters, cousins?
I've got 2 brothers. One lives in Dubai and the other one lives in Thailand.
Do you have contact with them? Why don't?
I speak to the one in Thailand often, but the other one I don't speak to at all. I've tried to ask them for help, but they don't want to help. So they've got their own lives to live.
Your dreams for the future, Jonty? I mean, do you want a family?
No. Just want to carry on. Spend my time while I can, yeah.
In terms of the money that you're able to get at the traffic lights, enough to live on, enough to get by on?
Sometimes. Each day is different. Some days you make $100, some days you make 500 rand. It just depends.
Girlfriends, love life?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend, but she broke up with me. I went to one of my friends, so don't even speak to her.
What do you do in your spare time? Do you spend all your time standing at the traffic lights?
I spend most of the time at the beach.
And what sort of reaction do you get from people? Is it mixed? Are people generous? Are they nasty?
Some are nasty, some are generous, but most of the time everyone's fine, friendly.
Jonty, and for someone watching this who is blessed with a more fortunate life, do you sometimes look at people like that and think maybe they don't appreciate everything they've got? Would you have any words of advice for them?
Appreciate it because they take advantage of it. They waste it. They throw it away. Don't. It's not worth it because you're going to end up like me. You'll also have everything and then you'll lose it. You'll end up on the streets and with nothing.
Everyone's got a story we can learn from. To support our videos, like, subscribe, and comment. We post new content every week.